right, let's meet Triple G's newest All-Stars. First up, we have Nene Wynn, the New Orleans-based All-Star who beat out 3 other award-winning chefs to win the TOC 5 qualifiers. Next, we got Ray Garcia, the celebrated Los Angeles restaurateur who is named Esquire Chef of the Year in 2015. And then there's Casey Thompson, the NorCal sensation whose Harvest-to-Table California cuisine is listed in the Michelin Guide. And finally, Maria Mazon, the Arizona Authority on Mexican Cuisine, and 2 times James Beard semifinalist for Best Chef Southwest. I want you to start off with making something that you all know, a winner's dinner. A celebration on a plate. You've got to use a frozen food item and a canned item in this winner's dinner. You don't need to go to 3, 2, 1. You don't even go over there.
What? Oh my God! When I think of a winner's dinner, I think of like decadence. So I'm thinking about making a curry.
For my winner's dinner, I love fish and I choose tuna.
For my winter dinner, I'm thinking, well, of course, something super Mexican. I want to do a seafood pozole.
I know there's frozen rice. I can get this sort of seafood, spinach, and rice dish.
There we go.
I love the fact it's got a 7-Up.
They didn't have seltzer.
This is some smart gameplay. It's gonna bring a little bit of sweetness. It's got the bubbles.
And a little bit of tartness.
Yeah.
I did not imagine my first time being here at Triple G, I will be defrosting things. I really wish that I was cooking fresh scallops. When you sear anything, you don't want it to be waterlogged. I'm just gonna leave it in the pan so that it carry-over cooks, but doesn't overcook.
What are you thinking? What is it?
A seafood-inspired pozole.
Seafood-inspired pozole, great.
The way my brain is going is like, okay, you have to substitute fresh onion. You have frozen onion, but you have to unfreeze the onion. So if you saute it with the lobster meat in there, it's gonna add another level to your seafood pozole. There's nothing more luxurious than seafood. Winning Triple G puts you in another level. I want the money. I have a 15-year-old son. He's the love of my life. He is the center of my universe. And so I want to grab a little bit of money and just go explore Mexico. Booyah! I want him to show where mom gets inspiration.
All right, that's delicious.
I need to get the seafood going. Seafood cooks really quickly, and I need everything to be timed perfectly so that they're not eating rubbery seafood.
5 minutes, chefs. You need to be plated in 5 minutes.
Frozen rice is actually a really good product. All right, I'm not mad at that. Since I have this spinach super saucy dish, I'm just gonna do fluffy white rice to go with it. This is my first time in Flavortown. I am excited that I get a chance to win money, and if I win, I would like to redo our kitchen at home. I think this is gonna help us.
4 minutes.
We're starting to plate. So first I put down my sauce, then I went with the rice. I sliced into the tuna, and I was happy with how it came out. I was able to get that caramelization and that crust on the top while still leaving the tuna nice and red.
Wow, look at this.
And finish it off with just some of the sauteed mushrooms.
So I'm plating my winner's dinner, and I first put the sauce on. The sauce is great, it's green. I have my rice, and then I'm putting on my scallops. They look really great. For my crunchy element, I have my tempura vegetables. I pull them out the fryer, and they are nice and crispy.
2 minutes.
First, I plate the onions and the lobster meat on the bottom of the bowl, and then I make sure that every single bowl has every single seafood. I am very proud of the dish. I'll eat it myself, no problem.
60 seconds to go.
It is a flurry of activity out there.
Sure is.
All right, let's do this. Just a little bit of rice, enough to eat with my cream spinach, and get a little bit of the seafood. 2 shrimp, tail on, so it looks more like a winner's dish.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Stop working. Nice job, chef. Nice job. What do you got for us, chef?
A winner's dish, if you will. Some bay scallops and some lovely large shrimp.
In a cream spinach and herb sauce.
And then jasmine rice.
There are some really smart moves you made over here, especially when it comes to shopping.
Up next, Chef Maria.
Well, for my winter's dinner, I made a Mexican pozole.
It's impressive, the development you got in the sauce.
Next, Chef Ray. Tell the judges about the winner's dinner.
So I started off making sauce puree, and the base of that is canned beets,
What a visually stunning dish.
Last but not least, Nini Martini. Let the judges have it.
For my winner's dinner, we have a green coconut curry.
You got so much flavor to this entire dish. It is absolutely delicious.
The chef that will be going home will be Chef Maria. Second round, final round of the Triple G New Stars. Now, this round is going to decide who gets to shop Flavortown Market for up to 20,000 bucks. 30 minutes to shop, prepare, and plate your crunchy beef sandwich. Now, out of these three things, if I let you have two of them that you go with, and one you could go away with.
First thing that comes to mind when it comes to crunchy and beef is chicken fried steak.
I lived in New York for a long time, and I love a chopped cheese.
I want to use a ribeye. It has fat, and fat is what's going to help crisp up the beef.
I grab a container of veal demi out of the beef section. So it's beef in your face. It might just take the unctuous level up a notch.
She better really do a great job and make a lot of those onion rings, because I will be coming by to steal them.
Bring us a few.
The onion rings are perfect, and they are just so crunchy. Oh, yes.
I love a chopped cheese, you guys.
I just don't see it as crunchy.
I actually don't
Right, well,
think
that's my problem. So she's got to bring crunch in all kinds of ways beyond that.
The toppings for my sandwich is the crunch factor. I want the pickles for the acid. I want the raw onion. All in all, I want to win some money. I cook a lot at home. I don't have a restaurant, so to be able to have like the most beautiful kitchen that I want to like film in is like clutch.
That's some crunchy beef right there.
The crunchy beef, bro. You're dangerous.
So I really want to have every element in the sandwich to have crunch, even the sauce. So in a bowl, I'm gonna have the chili crunch and Kewpie mayo. Then I'm gonna chop up these canned jalapenos for crunch and add them to the bowl. You know, there's some really talented chefs cooking on both sides of me, but I feel like this sandwich might be the one that takes me to Patagonia.
4 minutes. Oyster mayo.
I mean,
Gangster.
trying my best, chef.
It is time to build these crunchy beef sandwiches. I've got my oyster mayo, the chicken fried steak, the melted cheese, get that on the bread. I've got this slaw that has the cherry peppers, the jalapenos, and that veal demi drizzle. I've got crunch on crunch on crunch, and I'm gonna crunch this competition.
2 minutes.
I put my buns down, I add a little bit of that spicy mayo, then I add my chopped cheese. I add my fresh onions, my cornichons, my iceberg lettuce, and then I top it off with my crispy fried onion rings.
Look at that. That's quite a sandwich.
60 seconds.
First up is my crunchy bread and cheese. Then I have this crunchy steak, my mayo with the chili crunch. The next level of crunch is the slaw.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it.
Woo! That was like a photo finish, guys.
Woo-wee.
Up first, Chef Casey. What do you got for us?
A chicken fried steak sandwich.
This is so tasty.
Up next, Chef Ray.
Today I got a steak sandwich for you.
Chef, you nailed the crunchy.
And once again, not to be outdone, Chef Nini.
So chefs, I have a New York style chopped cheese.
It's a delicious sandwich, and I'm gonna keep eating.
The winner of our Triple G New Stars is Chef Casey. Well done. 2 ways to make money tonight. You can go on a shopping spree. 2 minutes to grab 5 items that satisfy the clues on the card right here. You get all 5 and you win 20,000 bucks. Or we can skip the shenanigans and I can go for the mystery check that is right over, and I'll speak your language, over yonder.
Oh, that thing in the shadows?
Behind them, their doors. It could, let's say it would be somewhere between 15 and 20,000.
I have to make a decision.
Well, that's kind of how the show works.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna take what's behind door number 1 over there.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, drum roll, please. Let's take a look. Casey Thompson's check right there behind the doors. $17,250 bucks.